Good day, folks, and welcome back to Rimworld with me, Future Force 14. This is part 2 of my ongoing permadeath playthrough. So, in the time between part 1 and now, I've been having a little think, and I'm going to scrap this stockpile. And instead, I'm going to pop it up here. Point of that, I'm just going to quickly check it. I want to make it not allow animal corpses, but only fresh animal corpses. So actually, what I just did was wrong. It's going to allow animal corpses if they're rotten. There we go. So yeah, what this does is it frees up all this space down here for me, and I'm going to need that fairly soon. Now, next on my list of things to do, let's just get it running. So people can finish the Great Hall and start organizing stuff. Now I can't help but notice nobody's building, and there's a good reason for that. We don't got no wood. So I'm going to order the death of a few innocent trees. Hashtag sorry elves. Wait, wrong game. Then maybe we'll be able to get some actual construction done. And we have our first raid. So, it's a single guy, a manager, but he got a gun. So, we're going to get our people drafted. And we're going to let events unfold. Two, three, about there. So the reason I'm doing it like this is so that, yeah, our people can shoot. Without accidentally hitting the knife wielder, though Happy is injured. Somehow. Ah, he had a hand talon. Okay. And he managed to snip off the wrist, the toe, which is a little bit annoying. Well, slight injury there for Happy. Not to worry, Happy's just going to go to her room and take a little nap. And one of our doctor types is going to go take a look at her. There we go. So, Ultra, it's still missing that toe, which is going to be a bit awkward. But it's not the end of the world. That was just Babby's first raid. It's gonna get worse. With Mr. Random pulling the strings, anything could happen. Now, I think we're gonna order Sadie to get one of these beds finished. Because I want to make sure that Fernandez has somewhere to sleep. Now, what is a little worrying is if I'm outside and we look over here, the temperature is being very, very high. That's bad. Oh, we have our first batch of hops. Very nice. And Benji proposed to Sadie. Nice. So we're going to have our first married couple in the colony. And we also have a rat that's gone batshit. It'll calm down. As long as nobody goes outside. Yeah, you can see here, people are suffering from heat stroke. And already the next raid. So this one is armed with a bow. I'm going to send Happy to pin him in his cover. And then get the guns going. Beautiful work. Now, one thing we're going to need to do is a fairly important matter of urgency right here, is we're going to need to start digging a few graves. Because we have some bodies that need somewhere to go. And if your colonists see bodies, then oh boy. Benji inspired surgery. Okay. So the rat has calmed down. That's good. Now, one thing we desperately need to do. We're going to set up a simple research bench. For now, it's going in the kitchen because it's the only workshop we have. I'm going to make sure that gets done as a priority because we desperately need a piece of research. And that piece is this. We do once again have the problem that it's very warm outside. So we've got a few structures I need to get set on making. I'm not going to do it until all the floor smoothing is done, I think. Where's Happy? Okay. Now, this could be very useful. We found an ambrosia sprout. And sure enough, we've got a small collection of ambrosia plants here. Now, the easy way to make sure you harvest these is to do this. So you pop a little growing zone on them, and then you just don't let the people sow anything. What it means is that your farmer will go and pick the ambrosia. Very useful. And another one. It's outside the walls. It's a little dangerous, but you know what? Ambrosia, even if your colonists choose not to use it, it's fantastic for selling. And money makes the world go round. So Benji's getting to work on that research. It's going to take him a while. So I think what we're going to do in the meantime... Let's take a look here. So the reason I need electricity is for these coolers. Now, I can make wind turbines, and I can make generators that use wood. So I think that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Just going to knot together a very small building for them. And get some very basic generators going. And real quickly, I'm just going to take the research off that and put it onto batteries. And then we're just going to hollow out a bit more of this cave. So we've given people a nice nap. And now Sadie's getting to work on these generators. Now let's see what it will produce. Okay, so it produces 1,000. That's actually pretty good. Was the fact that it needs an obscene amount of wood. It would be a decent solution. So I'm going to make sure we got some more wood being made for them. Let's get... Oh, I'm not sure about that, Happy. So, it's the new buildings. And I forgot to put my phone on silent because I am an absolute cretin. Sorry about that, viewers. So, first thing I'm going to do here is have two identical buildings. Actually, there's a spot smaller. And doors on either side. And just take that out. And this is what all the wood's going to be for. No, actually, I'm going to do it a different way. This time I'm going to use steel floor tiles in one, and concrete, which is also made in steel, because don't question it, that's why, in the other. I'm just going to order all of these chunks to be hauled out of the way. So these buildings are for a prison and a hospital. Crucial structures. You'll see why. So Sadie getting merrily to work on those, which is good. Look around, we've got a nice batch of herbal medicine coming in. Also very useful. You can see there, the concrete much quicker to place, but the paper tile looks nicer. Right now we don't particularly care about the comfort of the prisoners. We can deal with that later. But we do want the people in the hospital to, you know, have a nice room that they're going to be stuck in for weeks on end. We have visitors, a group from Rimworld Nation. Okay then. And a low female psychic drone, which means all of our females in the colony are going to be a little bit more upset. Now, one thing I'm going to do quickly is make sure I expand the home zone. So what the home zone means is that if shit goes down in this area, people will try and fix it. So for example, if fire gets started, which would be bad, they'll attempt to put it out. They'll repair buildings and stuff. You know, all that good shit. So everything within our walls is going to be declared as our home zone. Nearly done. There we go. Here are those visitors. Now I'm going to quickly map out. In fact, no, I'm going to wait until those other buildings are done. But I do have the next set of structures I want to build in mind already. Ooh, my. I do believe some boinking just occurred. Alright, we have a quest, Ship to the Stars. So this is the main quest of the game. There's a starship hidden on the planet that we will have to start up and defend. We ain't going near that for a long time. There we go then. Sadie getting a bit more work done. They burn power fast. And we have our first fire. Because it's a thunderstorm, and that's what thunderstorms do in this game. They zap shit and set stuff on fire. Not what you want. Now, I've never actually had someone struck by lightning before. I'm sure it can happen, because it seems like the kind of game that would have that as a mechanic. Now, happy isn't happy. Okay. Kind of understand why. Part of the problem our people are having right now is that they're recreation deprived. So, we're going to set them up some very basic recreation stuff. We don't have any cloth, so we can't make a poker table, but we can do a chess table for them. And we've got that horseshoe spins. It'll give them something to do, even though they won't necessarily enjoy it. And actually, we're not far off on the cloth at all. Now, because the thunderstorm has transitioned to a rainy thunderstorm, everything is a little bit better. Because the fires will put themselves out, to a degree. Alright, so Sadie finishing off the hospital. There's not too much left to do on the prison. Nice. Finished piece of research. So now we can make batteries. Which means that instead of wasting the power that's in here, we'll be able to store it. But of course, I made a slight technical error in the design of this building. And now people are much happier playing horseshoes. And there is our new chess table. So we should now have, yeah, plenty of wood dotted around. Which means I can start building the hospital. Now, one thing I think I am going to do is I'm going to fence off a small part of the hospital to use for a different purpose. Now, what we're going to add in here, we want a cooler, and we want one in there. To use those, we're going to need power, which we're just going to run straight along that wall. Meanwhile, over here, nah, that's silly. I don't like that. Orders, whole things, yep. So no, I'm just going to go for my standard prison, I think. Plenty of beds because you never know. I'm going to pop them in. A small handful of standing lamps. And of course we'll do the same here. And away we go. So, everyone has plenty of work to do. Let's get to it. Even found a little bit of spare steel in here, very nice. So, this cooler then. This one has a very specific purpose. I'm going to set it to 1 degree, because this is going to be a stockpile. Now, the stockpile is only going to store one thing. And that is medicine. I'm going to downgrade that so that all the medicine gets moved into here. So, good medicine, if we can find it here, does need to be refrigerated, but we'll go about it outside. Herbal medicine needs to be refrigerated. Now, it won't go off for a couple of years, but better safe than sorry. And this will just give us nice quick access to a whole lot of medicine. I do love how chilled this game is. Check in on the locals, and they seem chilled enough. Right, we have a mad boomalope. Okay, this is a situation to be taken very carefully. And that's why. Boomalopes and boom rats explode when they die. Because they have gasoline in them. Ooh, we have a trader. Alright then. An exotic goods trader. So they're just going to hang around there. Let's find our best trader. Sadie? Get you up here and have a little natter with these fellas then, eh? So, they sell a lot of weird and wonderful things. Rare animals. We ever wanted a breeding pair of cougars, for example. Yeah. Bionic leg. A strange implant that would make you not need to sleep. However, the only thing we want to do is buy as many components as we can right now. Although, no, we're going to do that. We're going to need them fairly soon. So, that will set the entire building as for prisoners. Sadly, you can't just set a hospital as a hospital. Quickly, you have to do it one bed at a time. No immediate rush though, because we ain't got nobody who needs it. Now you can see as it keeps popping up that, yeah, some of our meals are rotting away. That's because they're not refrigerated. Just like this meat will spoil in 1.5 days, these meals will spoil in 3.2, and so on. Something we're going to be dealing with fairly soon. I just want to see this building finished. Happy doing very well here. There we go, the coolers are online. So this one will be cooled to 1 degree C. This one I'm leaving as is at 21. This will keep it down to room temperature, which is what we need. Right. We have our first break. So, Happy has broken down and is wandering around in sadness because of poor mood. The final straw was darkness. Fun. Okay. So, all of these beds are done now. Which means we can set those as medical. And we have a hospital. Eventually she will tire herself out. So anyway, happy Monday, what would traditionally in the UK be the May Day Bank Holiday Monday. However, it's on Friday this week because special. I believe it's something to do with it being the 75th anniversary of VE Day, but hey ho. Yes, I hope your week has started well. Hope you're dealing with the lockdown. And I hope you're staying sane and well. Sadie is slowly getting there, thankfully. Oh, of course, these two coolers are fighting because this wall isn't finished. Sadie, do me a solid. Now Fernandez is broken, again because of darkness, and is going to start insulting Happy. Get that other bit of wall done. There we go. Now things can start regulating to the correct temperature. You can see that this is refrigerated now. So you may be wondering what this little cavern here is going to be for. In here, I'm going to be putting some of our newly invented batteries. On a line of power. Between each of them running into there. And redundancy is always good. So we'll do that. We'll also need to order one more layer of cavern mined out, but that's fine. Now, as I was working on that, a quest popped up. The Deserter. So, this quest gives us the option to gain someone, but it will make us the enemy of the Empire. Now, the Empire are big. Take a look at the faction overlay. Shattered Empire, the High Stellarch. But they like us. However, nobody else on the planet likes them. However, we don't really have many friends. I kind of want to keep them on side, so I'm going to reject that quest. Nice though it would be. You know, I'm actually going to cancel a whole bunch of these. Just because I don't want that many batteries yet. Because we don't have many components. Sometimes things break down and need components. Be repaired, which is bad if you've not got any. Just imagine it's something crucial that breaks. Ah, cloth. So yeah, we're just going to start with a very modest battery farm for now. Just enough so that things don't go to hell if I run out of wood and don't notice. like we may do soon. And there we have our first food poisoning. Because of a dirty cooking area. That is something we'll be dealing with soon. Not sure why Sadie's taking steel to the stockpile, which is going to need it to build, but hey ho. I notice the prison is done and ready. There's only a couple of bits we need to add in there, and we can't make them yet. So yeah, they're quite a way down the tech tree. That's a shame. See, the battery's already filling up quite nicely. And it's wedding time. People are gathering up in the stockpile. Here we go. Swearing their love for one another. And they are married. So, congratulations to Benji and Sadie. It's always nice to see a couple get married, and we've even got some ambrosia going to be grown soon so they can properly celebrate. That's it. Sadie's had enough for the day. That's fine. It's like our smoke leaf plant's coming along nicely. We do already have a batch of smoke leaf and psychoid. Not much I can do with them right now, though. So what I want is I want all of these rocks moved. I want the battery farm as finished as it's getting for now, and then we're going to move on to the next phase. The next phase involves a couple of more buildings that I'd like to have. And down here you can see Sadie getting work done. And there we go. Oh yeah, and the bedroom smoothing, I forgot about that. The sooner it's done, the happier everyone will be. And we have our first chunks of ambrosia. So, ambrosia is a drug, basically. It gives you some recreation value because you're consuming it. Tastes wonderful and produces a subtle, mood-increasing chemical high. You can get addicted to it. I'm going to hope that they don't. And the problem we've got is that nobody wants to haul or clean right now. It's fine, because Fernandez is starting to run out of other things to do. As, hopefully, is happy. Benji will move faster for the next 8 days. That's great. He's a researcher. He just sits there. So off Happy goes to work with the planting. We've got a fair amount of medicine, so we don't need to worry too much about expanding any of that. We've got plenty of food. For now. Now, I do want to make sure this doesn't hold any food, because that would be bad. I don't want it to hold any wart. I don't want it to hold any medicine. And I don't want it to hold any drugs. Alright, we have a Manhunter pack. So this pack of manhunting iguanas is 2 iguanas. Now if they don't see anyone outside, they won't hurt anyone. So we should be safe. You can see here we've got 4,200 WDs stored. So that's pretty good. Cargo pods. Okay. That is penoxysilene. Prevents illnesses. So we're going to allow that so that somebody goes and grabs it, hopefully. In fact, I'm going to make it happen. So night is falling on the colony, and the sun is coming up now. hopefully we'll very soon be able to set up... Aha! This is a winner, a bulk goods trader. Now they have been attacked by the iguana. Bit of a shame, but we need to get some trading done over here. So we've taken care of our iguana problem. We're going to send Sadie out to go trade with them. So, bulk goods traders then. They buy and sell a lot of things. They'll buy clothes. They'll sell some clothes. They will also buy things like ambrosia and penoxysilene that we don't want. They'll buy random animal hides. But they also have things to sell like food, mostly. And what we might do is avail ourselves of a couple of goats. So, yeah, I think that's everything I want to do. So we've purchased a couple of goats. Sold a few bits. Alright, a new quest, Cache of Fortune. Not far from here, contains a Psy trainer and has an unknown threat. So let's take our first look at the world map. It really isn't far, because this is not us. This is us. And that's the stash. There's a possible unknown threat. So we could, if we wanted to, send some people to go and get that. However, right now we only have 4 colonists. We're not really fit to go do questing yet. Does, however, look like stuff is getting hauled as much as it can. This shouldn't be able to take plant matter. So, we've got a problem here. We have far more food than we can store. However, this episode is coming to an end, I'm afraid. Next time, we're going to deal with the big old food issue. So folks, if you enjoyed the video, do all the usual stuff. Links will be on the screen. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.